This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Big good morning out there to my Valkyrie, Samantha, Joe, and Purple Lady. Good morning. How are you girls doing this morning? Lori Roberts, the Destructor, is here, guys. Chris Persia, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Dave G, Sound, Josh, and Rebecca Momini. Jeff B, Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, is here. Captain Trek, my other wrench. Speaker for the Dead, how are you guys doing? Darth Monkey, ORAV. Good morning, guys. Not Ryan Johnson is here. Good morning, not Ryan Johnson. The Ambassador is here. Good morning, Ambassador. Rennie A, good morning. Yodam, Dark Star, how are you doing this morning? Darth Haster, my brother from another Patreon. That's right. Mark, the Infinitely Tired Adega Outlaw, is here, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody? Dave G Sound. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We are going to have one hell of a show today. I have got a wonderful guest coming on here in just a little bit. Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, brother. Psycho Dwarf 9. Keely Chow, roll tide. Keely, roll tide, brother. How are you guys? Wait, something's wrong. Something's going on. Someone's taking over my system.
Security checking products. Please stand by.
Welcome to Miss Caravan.
You took over my system, you bastard. Didn't you?
I hacked your system.
Shadow, good morning. What the hell, dude?
Can you hear me?
How did you get override access? Who gave you override access?
Let's just say I learned from my experiences at Echo Based Network that I shall not be shut out of any control systems any longer, buddy.
Oh, was that the Valkyries that I heard saying welcome? Did you do that? Did you program that?
I will never telltale on anyone I love, including the Valkyries. Hey, you muted yourself again.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just not saying anything.
Oh, are you upset? Oh, are you? Wait. Are your legs crossed and your arms crossed? And you're sitting around the table and the desk and the computer all excited. Now you're sitting down with your legs crossed. Oh, don't be hurt. I got good news for you. I'm only here for 5 minutes, and you're gonna go to your guest. I got good news for you. Okay. I got some news to report. That's why I stormed in here. Listen. So you know how you have your whole idea of the going after the DC folks, on 2 tiers. One is that you're going to be reviewing current, exciting comics that are coming out by independent creators. That's your right-hand punch. And your left-hand punch is you're going to be reviewing what DC is doing and making sure they're on the course of righteousness and letting the people know what's going on, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, good news, buddy. So DC Comics has recently relaunched what it used to call DC Tuesdays. And what it's doing is it's pulling out of its vault its old documentaries about all of its old heroes, the way that they were developed in the proper way.
Really?
This started 6 weeks ago. It started 6 weeks ago, and the last weekend of May, and the last Tuesday of May, and every other Tuesday, they just pulled out the old Superman one, and before that, the old Batman one. And so what they're doing is and I'm talking their documentaries from like 10, 15 years ago. Like after Batman, the animated series. I think what's happening is they've got like 1 million views. So what I think what's happening now is you actually have sane people inside DC, and they're they on their side, they're doing what Marvel didn't do. They are proactively putting out there on the web, hey, let's remember the good old days, remember the good old characters, and they're trying to see what reactions they get. And so you know how you decided that we were going to do Tuesday nights? Well, guess what? Theirs is called DC Tuesdays. So you're going to be lined up perfectly with them. I already got a list of execs that work at AT&T and Warner Brothers, as per what you wanted to do with your plan of rewarding and penalizing. So, bro, all I'm going to tell you is this. Your plan is going to be better than you even thought, because they are already on their side launching out old documentaries, the history of Superman, the history of Batman, and it's not with any new woke shit. It's the original raw, what made Superman great, what made Batman great. They just released the one on the Batmobile. So they have all these old stuff from their archives at Warner Brothers that they're putting out, because they used to do a DC Tuesday series. I think it was back in 2010, and they're pulling the shit all out again and relaunching it on the current DC Tuesdays again that just started the last weekend of May.
That is insane, and it will perfectly coincide with our Tuesday night 7 Kinds of Mischief on comics.
Exactly. So what we can do on our side is we can actually review with the one that they just released, compliment them for it, criticize where necessary, and get on with our original programming that you want to do. So, Mexican Iron Man, your CIA agent, as I used to do for Doomcock, still do for Doomcock, as I do for you, has been out doing his investigations, or as we say in Spanish, investigations. I've been doing my investigations for Valhalla, and your master plan, I think, is going to be amazing.
Thank you, brother, and thank you for the news. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. That is absolutely insane. Do you think a corner is being turned in this war?
Bro, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, when I clicked on that page yesterday, and because one of the people at DC that I connected with, a lower level person at DC, he says, well, you know, we're doing DC Tuesdays again, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, what? What? He said, well, we're doing DC Tuesdays. And I'm like, what is that? He says, well, it's a low-key web launch, and we're just relaunching the stuff on the web on Tuesdays, so see how the people think about it before. He says, before we get into production, we want to see what's the level of interest for Warner Brothers characters. And I'm like, really? And I went and checked it out. And I say, yeah. So I saw, and you know what? I had to wait till the end. Some of them are an hour long, some of them are 2 hours long. And I kind of zipped to the end to see if there's any SJW crap, sliced in at the end, like where it said, well, and now coming forward in Warner Brothers, there's going to be a new and proper characterization that will again take Superman and Batman where we are today, which is ethnically bullshit and ethnically horse crap and full of horse shit, and black people don't matter except to the ones that profit from it and whatever the hell, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the bottom line is this. There's no woke crap in any of these documentaries that they're relaunching. They're the original ones. And guess what? Each of these features the original creators from inside, the actual artists, the actual guys who did the coloring, the writers. So it's not like the execs, at the time, right? And it's all focused on the comics with a little bit of reference to the movies that were coming out here and there. Like for example, when you get to the Batman animated series, I mean, we obviously can't talk about the animated series, and without talking about the movie, that came out, right? Because that really launched the animated series, right? But the great thing about it is that what it does is it specifically focuses on the digital comics that were on screen and the actual comic books, and that's what's important. It lines up whatever Warner Brothers was producing on TV versus the comic books, it lines that up, and that's the real focus. The comic books and where they were at thematically, and how those lined up to what they did in terms of cartoons.
And you know what else is important? We've got a $2 super chat from Max World Entertainment and Skull.
There it is. It's you. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Trey says, Dabo. Thank you, brother.
I like me some Dabo action. Ooh, someone just put a dollar bill in my nether region, I think. Okay.
Oh, anyway. And the Iron Thong, they're tipping Mexican Iron Man in the Iron Thong now.
No, all tips go to the Stone Loki tip jar. Nothing on the side, ladies. Ladies, nothing on the side. All right, brother. Anyways, I'm going to snap off, but I just wanted to give you the good news. Let's get on a conference call or a stream call later today. But I just want to let you know that where you want to go, bro, you have no idea how timely this is for Valhalla. And here's the good news. I think everybody in the chat, what we need to do is you guys need to throw out if you could throw out for me or text me or maybe just right now, who's your 1-2? I mean, obviously don't do Batman, Superman, but if you could really quickly 1-2 tell us another DC hero that you like, that we might focus on this comics journey we're about to take on, put it in the chat real quick before you sign off. So don't include Batman, don't include Superman, but give us 1 or 2 real quick in the chat. And I'm out of here, brother. So I'm excited. I'm going to get you some more intelligence gathering activities performed, and I'll be ready for a conference call later today.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mexican Iron Man. Stop hacking into my system.
All right, boss. I'm out of here.
Later, brother. That is such awesome news. Guys, I cannot wait to go over this because it means that we can bring something extremely positive to this situation. We can look at the most iconic comic books of history's past compared to the dribble that they are coming out with today. I love my comics. I love my DC comics. If I did not, I wouldn't have Superman seat covers. I wouldn't have The Death of Superman still in the plastic signed by Jerry Ordway. I wouldn't have the entire Superman Returns series and Funeral for a Friend. I love DC comics, and I want to see so many good things coming from DC Comics, guys. Not the dribble we're getting. Not the dribble we're getting. Because, guys, I saw this article. And I've seen the news and I have been watching. And let me tell you, I am extremely disappointed in the CW. How could that happen? How could I be even more disappointed in the CW than I already am? I loved The Flash when it first came out. The first couple of seasons of The Flash, I absolutely loved them. The iconic words, "Run, Barry, run." And they flushed it all down the damn toilet. They had a great cast. They had a great, wonderful cast. I cannot believe they are doing this. They ruined Arrow. They absolutely ruined The Flash. I never liked Legends, but you know what? I could watch the rest of it without giving a shit about Legends. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, my guest is here, and I would absolutely love to welcome the beautiful, the vivacious Loriana Creel. Good morning, girl. How are you?
Good morning, Loki. Oh, excuse me. I'm talking on a meeting. I am so glad to be here with you and you guys in the chat. It's just awesome. My 10 a.m. meeting got canceled. Yay, so I can talk a little bit longer.
Heck yeah. And Samantha Joe already, she's like, girl, go
hey!
back.
Oh my gosh, I love your AVI. Because I love Bewitched. That was one of my favorite old school TV shows to watch. I watched with my granddad, so I'd watch Bewitched, and then I'd watch Batman and something else I can't remember, but I think it was the Addams Family. But yeah, Love that show. Loved it.
Heck yeah, I loved watching Bewitched back in the day, especially when she get that nose going down. And Eris of Chaos says the queen herself is here.
Yes. Hey, Eris. Good morning to you, my dear.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw earlier, but that damn Mexican Iron Man took over my system. He just hacked right in and invited himself in. And I swear I heard the Valkyrie saying, "Welcome, Mexican Iron Man." I was like, "Oh no,
Mexican Iron Man is a hoot.
Yes, he
is an absolute. He's an absolute hoot. I just think it's funny because I actually have. That is a joke, but I took like a ancestry DNA test like 5 years ago, and I had all of these matches with ancestry from like Mexico. Yeah, it's like it's insane. Yeah, my ancestors got around.
Yep. Yeah, so did mine. I did the same thing. I was in my mid-20s when I did that, and I had Cherokee, Italian, German, English, and Hispanic, and I was just like, oh my God, it's like I'm a mutt.
It's insane, isn't it? And it's kind of like I didn't expect to see anything extraordinary. I'm like, yeah, there's probably English in there. Yeah, I don't know exactly where, like in Africa, but it's like I got the results back, and it was like coastal African, like near some place called Cape Verde, which I had never freaking heard of. And apparently that was taken over by the Portuguese, and I think like 1500 or something like that. Then I got Spanish, Italian, Greek, German, and real interesting one besides English, Norwegian.
An
area known.
Got some Viking in you.
Yes, and pinned down to an area called Rogaland, Norway, which is actually through my third great grandparents who were from Cape Cod, and my third great grandfather pulled a Tom Brady, and he left Cape Cod after the Civil War, and he moved to Florida and became the bank. But that whole family, they were actually in the Anglia area of England, and for people who know, Vikings raided that area on the regular.
And Lori Roberts says that Mexican goes where he wants when he wants. And yeah, Darth Monkey Orab, Heinz 57. That's right. That is right. And you know what? I was scrolling through Twitter yesterday, and I just happened upon your tweet that you wrote about CW's doing it, and it's sloppy seconds. And I was like, damn, hell yes, Batwoman. Yeah, why do you, and the way they are doing it is so, to me, would be so insulting, because they're like colored actress and LGBTQ plus member. And I'm like, why do you lead with that? Why not just actress? That's all you have to say is actress, this person, and you're done. Why do you have to lead with that? Because that is like, look at us. Oh my God, look at us.
And that's what it's about. That's completely what it's about. It's been this agenda-driven entertainment. I want to say it started maybe about 10 years ago, but it's really ramped up. So now it's not, hey, I'm this fabulous actress. They picked this person out of nowhere, and now they're in the spotlight, and she's a great talent, and we can't wait to put her on her show. No, it's I'm bisexual, I'm LGBTQ, whatever part of the Skittles Nation that I am. And that's what they lead with completely, because again, it's all about the agenda. It's all about the agenda. They don't care about the talent. They don't care about the storytelling, which you can see because the storytelling is crap. But hey, we're diverse, we're accepting, we're woke. Don't matter how broke we are for putting this crap out here. Nobody's watching it, hardly. It's just they want to virtue signal, and it's disgusting. They don't see it. It's like the emperor doesn't have any clothes. We're telling them that this crap is going on and we're not going to take it. But they're like, no, it's great. It's great. You'll love it. It's great. We're woke. You should love us. If you don't love us, then you're racist, sexist, misogynist, transphobic, whatever is out there
She
to
got
get us
it.
to show up about it.
She got it. She knows is Bo, Yahtzee, whatever you want. Yes.
Although full disclosure, I did live like in the Hollywood area for about like 5 freaking years. So I've seen this crap firsthand from friends of mine who were in the business and who would tell me stories about this crap.
That is absolutely it's nuts. You know, I don't know. You probably heard this because I've talked about this before. I grew up in a very diverse area, very, very diverse area. It was mainly Latino. So, you know, when I met my friends back in the day, and I was going to school, you know, orale, you know, and orale, and that's you know, that's how, you know, what's going on, man, and that's just, you know, and nobody gave a shit. I didn't give a shit. My favorite place to go to eat at lunch at high school was a burger joint that had bullet holes in the wall, and you know, it just added to the ambience. It none of that mattered. I didn't think anything of it.
No, and I, like the same thing with me. It's like I grew up in a diverse area. When I was younger, I lived like, I want to call it Philadelphia, but not quite Philadelphia. It was like one of those back in the day when the cities were actually pretty nice, and you know, on the outskirts of the city, that's kind of like where some people who, you know, were middle class, they moved to the working middle class. When we moved out of there into the suburbs, a very, very, I won't say very diverse suburbs because it was pretty white, but there were pockets of working middle class that were Latino, Black, Asian, Indian, and we were all there, all went to school, all grew up with each other, all hung out with each other, all listened to music with each other. And then when I would visit my grandparents in Florida, that's where I heard Spanish with English on the regular. So it was Spanglish all the time. It's no one thought, you know, much of it. As a Black woman, no joke, I walked into a Walmart, Black woman in front of me, asked directions from the Walmart associate who answered her in Spanish. She answered in Spanish. He answered in Spanish. I asked him a question in English. He answered me back in English. No place else could that happen, and no one think anything of it. But people are just so, they're, rather than using people from different backgrounds to find out what we have in common, you know, now they just want to divide everyone into categories to make us just hate and despise each other.
Yeah.
They really do.
Captain Truck says no one, even the alphabet community, wants all this shit. I don't think
Yes, we used to call it, I don't want to get streamful. Yeah, we used to call it the we'll call it, I call it the Skittles Nation, but we used to call it like the gay mafia in Hollywood, which is like this group who they don't care about what other gay people think. It's just their agenda.
Yeah, and Heirs of Chaos says it's almost like the SJWs are the IS and the Pobes.
They are. They just think they're better than that.
Yeah. And of course, Mexican Iron Man, the Queen speaks of true diversity.
Yes. Although I'm not eating corn tortillas. Sorry, I don't like corn tortillas. Flour tortillas.
Really?
Tortillas. Maybe it's the imperialist. Maybe it's the conquistador Spanish to me, but I can't stand corn tortillas.
I love corn tortillas. I get some butter and get them up in the skillet and get them crispy and
I can't. It's just something, but I don't like flour tortillas every day. I love flour tortillas. Love them.
I almost think it's a disservice to her. It's a disservice to her and her acting ability. You know, when they brought on, I can't remember, guys, if you remember this kid's name, please tell me, the kid that plays Barry Allen in The Flash. They didn't make this giant hubbub about it. They just brought him on. I think he was in Rent, or he was in something. I can't remember. He was in a series before that. I'd never seen him before, never heard of him before. And I'm trying to remember what Is her name pronounced Lukia? See, I can't. It's Leslie. I'll just say Leslie.
Okay.
The new girl that's playing Batgirl.
Javicia Leslie. Yeah.
Javicia, thank you. I'm horrible with names until I love Grant Justin is the kid that plays Barry in The Flash. And I absolutely loved him in the first couple seasons, and then it all went to shit. But apparently he played a gay guy in a series, Glee. Thank you. I had no idea. They didn't make a big deal out of that. They didn't say anything about that. They didn't shove that in anybody's faces. I absolutely heard nothing. It was like halfway into the first season. Oh, he was in Glee. And I'm like, what the hell's Glee? Oh, well, Glee, he played this guy in Glee that liked other guys. And I was like, okay, it ain't no big deal. It wasn't a huge thing. And I guess, I mean, we're talking 6-7 years ago now, however long The Flash has been on. But now it's this giant, it has to be in your face thing. It has to be in your face.
And putting that in people's faces all the time. One, it does a disservice to the actor, and it does a disservice to their talent, because they want you to look at them based on their orientation, not what their talent is. The same thing with like casting Black actors or Asian actors. It's like that's the first thing they freaking harp on. Yeah. And I remember when that was never the case. It was, here's so-and-so. And they'll probably say something about, obviously they're Black, or obviously they're Latino, or obviously they're Asian. But the big push was, this person is a prime talent. That was always the push. It was like their talent first, and then who they are ethnically as second. Now it's reverse, and it's going to get to a point where we're just like, we don't freaking care about that. Why should we care about that? Because you keep shoving it in our face. Eventually, and the pendulum is swinging. Don't get it twisted. It is really, really swinging the other way. You notice people aren't exactly excited about the movie theaters maybe opening up again, if they do.
Oh, I heard yesterday that AMC's done. The AMC's selling, they're bankrupt, they're done. And I reported on that was going to happen when all of this started and things started shutting down. I said, AMC's done, Regal's done, the big movie theaters are done. And I want my little chains to be big, because I love going to the little chains, B&B Theater, Alamo, where you can sit down and you can get a real drink, and get a bowl of popcorn. They bring out a metal bowl of popcorn. And I love that. I love the service. I love the care from these little chains. And I called it. I said, the big chains are done. This is going to kill them.
They're totally done. And have you heard what Walmart is doing?
No.
Walmart is going to, I think they're in partnership with is it Odeon? Some smaller chain. They are going to be doing drive-in. Like you drive up, like thing. I've seen them at Disney, like big screens, inflatable screens. They're just going to put the movies on there. You drive up, you order your food, they bring it out to you, and it's economical, and you're in your own freaking car. Once they put that into action, yeah. Because movies are so expensive to take a whole family. You could, like, say a family of 4 to a movie. By the time you do that in concessions, you're probably upwards of $100. If you can drive your own car and get there, and maybe for like $25 order stuff, or bring your own stuff, which most people would do, it's way more economical, and you don't have to deal with the theater crap. You don't have to deal with, being ordered to put on a mask. If you're concealed carry, you have your firearm with you, not a big deal. It's your own freaking car. And considering how many Walmarts there are in the country, I'm excited about that, actually.
Before I get to this tip, Robert Pearson, there is a wonderful 50 diner just about 10 minutes from where I live. And they just put in their own drive-in theater behind the diner. You drive in, it's free. It's completely free. You drive up, you park, you turn your radio to a certain station, and you can call them, and they'll bring you out your food, and you can watch You can watch the movie, eat the food, never get out of your car, and just chill and watch a movie, whatever they've got on, and they don't charge you for it at all. You just hang out.
That is freaking awesome.
Yes.
Because even before Walmart announced this, a lot of municipal areas or like townships would have, like in the summer, a drive-in night, and they just project family movies onto the screen, and you just drive up and and everybody's had a great time and didn't have to be stuck like at a movie theater. But yeah, that 50s, that for the nostalgia alone, I can see why that would be so popular.
Oh yeah. And we just got a $1.99 tip from Robert Pearson. And you want to do it with me?
Sure.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Score!
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
I love that.
And Robert Pearson says, have I been living under a rock? ROQ. This lady is incredible. Lorena Creel telling it like it is and calling them on their crap. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I'm not very PC.
And we've got another one from Lady Mist. We will do it again.
All
1,
right.
2, 3, score!
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And she doesn't say anything. Lady Miss, thank you so very much. You guys keep the lights on and you keep the fires in Valhalla burning. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's maddening to think that this is where we're at, that this is what it's come to. Growing up, I loved so many Black actresses and actors. Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover, Eddie Murphy. Man, me and Eddie went on adventures in Beverly Hills Cop. I watched that movie over and over again. What do you mean you don't have a tax stamp on it?
Eddie Murphy was one of those actors. It didn't matter what your freaking background was, especially if you were a kid, because you weren't really supposed to watch them. We're like, yeah, did you see that Eddie Murphy special? Did you see that? Everybody freaking just loved him because he tapped into so much stuff that was common to everyone. Yeah.
And he had his own characters. He did his own thing.
His own. And even, made up some that we loved too.
And if he was doing something, it was a parody, like the old when he was Gumby on Saturday Night Live
and Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Hello, everyone. But I remember watching Whoopi Goldberg back in the day on Jumpin' Jack Flash. I love that movie. I love that movie. When she starts cussing in that police station and her friend is like, she's got Tourette's. Seriously, it's not her fault. And she's like, fuck, I'm going to kick your ass. And I'm just, dude, I'm dying. And these were original roles that they didn't go, oh, what, like you said, no sloppy seconds. This is their stuff.
Their stuff. They just basically said, you know what? We want that person. And they got the script and made it their own. And because they made it their own with their talent, that's why so many people flocked to them. And that's what elevated their star power. It's just like it's amazing.
Trey from Max One Entertainment said, as a little side note, Eddie Murphy was slated to star in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, but there was a scheduling conflict of interest. I did not know that. I would have loved that in Star Trek.
I would have loved that. I didn't even know that. Cool.
Yeah, no, Trey knows his stuff. It's Star Trek. Trey knows his stuff. I don't know if you know Trey. He runs Max World Entertainment, and he has a wonderful show that goes opposite mine, 8 p.m. instead of 8 a.m. And it's all Star Trek. It's all Star Trek fan films. Okay. And I don't know if you're a big Star Trek fan.
I am, to the point where I actually ran a fan club for a Star Trek actor, actually.
Really?
I did. I ran a fan club for Avery Brooks from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Hell yeah, that's my favorite captain. That is because he didn't take shit off of nobody. He was like, Just a
No.
warp, load a quantum torpedo, and write "Don't fuck with the Cisco"
Mm-mm.
on it.
He
Yeah.
was not playing with people. People are like, oh, you're not, diplomatic. He's like, no.
I'm not Picard. I'm not
and,
Picard.
and I freaking love that. Oh my God. It was just he turned the Star Trek captain paradigm kind of like on its head, but it was still Star Trek. It was a different side. It was like, for me, it's like TNG was like the idea. Oh, this is ideal, what Star Trek would be. Deep Space Nine was like, this is reality.
Right. That's right.
This is reality. People aren't going to freaking like me, and I don't care.
You never saw a captain really lose their shit before, but when it's the episode where he's going after Eddington and he's talking to Dax and he's punching away on that punching bag. And see, that's how I used to get all my aggression out, because I boxed Golden Gloves. Mm-hmm. So he's sitting there and he's punching on that bag and he's like, was he a changeling infiltrator? No. Was he a Klingon spy? No. He was a man. And he's just beating the shit out of this bag. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because it was just like it was real, and you're just like, come on. Everybody's human, and eventually you reach a point where just like, you know what, I need to go back there, go off for a little bit and come back, because if I don't, it's not going to be pretty here.
No. And he played that role so well. I wish I didn't do a lot of the fan stuff back in the day. So I wish I had, because I wish I'd had the opportunity to tell him, hey, you know what? This guy that watched Star Trek from when he was, knee high to a grasshopper all the way to now, absolutely loved your captain. Absolutely loved your captain.
Yeah, he wasn't doing a whole lot of conventions in the beginning, because he basically wanted to focus on his craft, which made sense. And I actually got to visit him on the set a couple of times. And the times that I did, it's like I would tell him, how much I love Star Trek, how much I loved his character, how much his fans, loved his character. And it's like, I just told him, it's like, there's so many people out there who love what you are doing with the role. Like, keep doing it. I mean, he was going to keep doing it anyway, but just for him to hear that, you could tell that he really did cherish hearing that it's like the fans are just like, you know what, keep doing what you're doing. We love it. We appreciate it. The fans appreciate it. There's so much fan love out there for you. So whenever you do decide to go do conventions on the regular, that's out there.
Yeah. And MB Geek Jesse says, I lied, I cheated, I bribed a man to cover up the crimes of another man. I'm an accessory to murder. But the most damning thing is, I think I can live with it. I can live with it. And you know what? I'm going to bring up something controversial, because it's you know what? When I heard about there was a movie that came out. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was called American History X.
Yes.
And when I heard about this movie, I was like, I do not need to go see a movie about some kid that wants to be a Yahtzee. But then I found out Avery Brooks was going to be in it. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, now I'm interested. And I saw it, and it's got Edward Norton in it for anybody, and Edward J. Furlong. He made that movie watchable for me. He did, because I'm not down with any of that shit. Everybody, all that is horseshit. It's brainwashing. It's hate. It's all bullshit. But Avery Brooks made that movie watchable. He made that movie presentable. And I loved that when he told Edward J. Furlong's character, I want you to write a report, and I want you to call it American History X. And it was when he said that, I was like, okay, I'm in. All right, I'm in. Let's do this. Let's get this going. And it's a movie like that could not come out today, but a movie like that teaches you so much about how wrong that entire side of the spectrum is.
It is. I haven't seen it in a while, but like you, I really wasn't interested in it until I heard Avery Brooks was attached to it. And I'm trying to think now. Another reason that I actually was interested in this, because there was either it came out right, I think it came out right before. There was a Spike Lee movie called Higher Learning.
Yep.
And yeah, that one character where you see, oh God, he used to be cool. Michael Rappaport. He used to be cool, but he's an SJW jackass now, especially on Twitter. You see like what happened to him and why he turned the way that he did. That was like kind of a good segue or picture into seeing what happened with American History X, and having that character's progression, and then having someone as strong an actor as Avery Brooks injecting that into the conversation. It just, it really made it a good movie. But yeah, if it wasn't for Avery Brooks, I would not even have freaking been interested in watching that. But because we've seen his performance on Deep Space Nine and how commanding his performance is and how the writing was for that, and kind of seeing like how, I don't want to say, I'll say how he pretty much manipulates people around him because it's space and you have to do that. It's just like, if anybody's going to be able to do it, it's going to be him. It's going to be him.
There is going in a little history of Loki here, because a lot of people probably have no idea about this. I used to do Star Trek RP, and I used to do Star Trek fan videos, and I used to do all kinds of stuff years ago that nobody's ever seen and nobody knows about. It's in our Discord. I've got them reposted because I posted it to my old channel. There is this Section 31 video that I made, and it's got people that were in the Federation that you would have no idea would be in Section 31. It's kind of like were they Section 31? Were they? And at the very end, I do that. I have that scene in there from The Pale Moonlight where he's like, I can live with it. Like, was Cisco Section 31? Was he Section 31 the whole time? Was he, is that why every time the doctor came to him and talked to him about Section 31, they kind of circumvented the plan to catch, I forget what the operative, Sloan. To catch Sloan. There was all so many. It didn't back then. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. You had these wonderful, new, vibrant characters that you could love. And like you said, now we're getting now they are getting sloppy seconds. Not just us, but the actors and actresses that are doing they are taking advantage of them. They really are. And something that hit me today. With this whole discussion about the new Batwoman, there was a show that I didn't watch very closely, but I saw the cast at a convention and I was like, this is cool. Have you ever heard of a show called Black Lightning? Yes.
That is freaking original.
Yeah.
I saw the whole cast at a convention, didn't know anything about this show. And hearing the cast talk about the show, and I forget who said it. He might have been the producer. I think either the producer or the main actor, who said, this wasn't really a popular concept, but we wanted to make it our own and speak to our issues, but entertain the audience at the same time. I said, I can freaking respect that. So how come shows like Batwoman can't respect that?
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense. So now they have this diversity hire, which, face it, this is what it is. No offense against the actress, because I know how it is in Hollywood. It's the difference between you paying rent that month and you getting kicked out on the street. Guess what? You're going to take a role so you can pay rent. That's completely understandable. But the fact that they would cast her, not only cast her, granted, they didn't race swap, Kate Kane, which I'm actually glad they didn't do that. Have you seen the write-up about her character?
Oh, yes. And I immediately thought of Rafi from Picard. I was like, oh, shit.
What is the deal? And who signed off on this? This is what I want to know. They want to make this person into, she's a drug runner.
Yep.
A drug runner that lives in a van with a plant. I wouldn't be surprised if it's down by the river.
By the river, yeah. Yes.
what kind of sense? They couldn't make her a disillusioned social worker. They couldn't make her like an ex-cop. They couldn't make her like a veteran who's dealing with what she's seen in war. They couldn't go with something with some powerful motivation like that. They go with a drug runner. I would actually have more respect if they said that she was a former drug kingpin. Okay, I could deal with that because it takes some serious skill set to freaking do that. But in a van, with a plant
down by the river,
freaking river.
That's exactly what I thought when I read it. I was like, she's a drug runner that is a former addict, man down by the river. And could you imagine this? Imagine if they set it up like this. Former Green Beret loses her leg in a war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luke Fox comes to her with some kind of bionic replacement that, of course, you're never gonna see. It'll look normal. It'll be like Bionic Woman, like a bionic leg. They even get the color right. Everything's perfect, right. And that's how she comes back and kicks some ass.
Because there's motivation. There's motivation and a struggle that the audience can tap into. Because my whole thing is like, why should I care about you? Why should I care about your character? And those shortcomings and the struggle that they have to deal with, that's what makes the audience relate to you. Who wants to really relate to a former drug runner living in a van with a plant down by the river? I can't get over why they think people are going to relate to that. Oh, and the big thing is that, she's an unapologetic lesbian. Nothing wrong with the unapologetic lesbian part, but what the heck is the motivation for us to watch? The story is trash. Her backstory is trash. There's nothing that makes you want to even watch that.
Yep. And the best fighter in the world. She's the best fighter in the world, unmatched in hand-to-hand combat. I've heard that before.
Oh, yeah.
And Jedi Bill just tipped $8.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Jedi Bill.
Thank you.
Guys know what that means. 1, 2, 3, score!
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a $1 bill.
I love that clip.
He doesn't say anything. Guys, please say something. I'd love to read him out. I absolutely love to read him out. If you really don't want to, you don't have to. But guys, say something. Thank you, Bill. You and Nina keep the lights on here in Valhalla. You all do. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. If they'd have gone with the injured soldier thing, she doesn't want anything to do with fighting. She doesn't want anything to do with conflict. But Luke tempts her. You see her, she wakes up in the morning and you see her have to get on her crutches and get her, oh my God, my mind's blanking, get her artificial
prosthetic.
And, she gets going and she gets to wherever she's working. It could be a center to help veterans, something, right?
Something. What if something happens where she's got to fight somebody and something goes wrong with the prosthetic? Then what happens?
Yep.
And it's something crucial, like between her life and an innocent's life and some really insurmountable villain, at least to her, Yep.
And Luke comes to her and says, listen, and he knows her from the past, something they're connected in some way from the past. And he's like, I can bring you back. What do you mean? I can bring you back. I can do this. And it tempts her, but she still has to deal with the repercussions of what happened to her. So when the shit gets really real and the anxiety's up and there's explosions going on, she has issues, and it's those flaws that define us.
Yes. It's just like they just want to give us flawless people that can do everything. And that's not what people are interested in watching. One of a show that I got into that I did not think that I was ever going to get sucked into, but I did hard, was Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
Yes, I love Cobra Kai.
And to see the opening with Johnny in the beginning when he grew up as this privileged rich kid from Encino. I used to live near Encino. And you see him, and it's like down and out in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
He is just, he's like, we're like
frying that bologna.
Job. Yep. Frying the bologna. He's got a crap car. And it's just like, wow. But how many times has that happened to people that we know, or even ourselves, where we were in one place and, we thought, the world was our oyster, and then something happened to just completely knock us on our ass on the bottom and not get up until something happens or a series of events happen that make us get back up,
Yeah. And exactly, that make us get back up.
Absolutely.
I talked a little bit about the Star Trek stuff. I ran a Star Trek RP for 5 years, and I constantly got us. Well, I'm making my character. Do you have any advice? Do you have any ideas? Do you have any of this? Flawed character, flawed. If you write them and they can do anything, I will not use them. I will use them less and less. All you're going to get is a helm command from me every once in a while. Flawed character, because I can't do anything with a perfect character. I need character that has drama, that has backstory, that has issues, that has some kind of a problem. If you give me a perfect character, there's nothing I can do with it, because there's no depth to that character.
Exactly. And that's the hero's journey. It's like, why do we identify with the hero? Usually the hero is, an underdog. They've got issues going on that we can relate to. And then the opportunity presents itself. And it's something in them that says, I want better, or I want to do better, or I feel guilty about something that happened and I want a chance to redeem myself, or there's some kind of motivation out there, like with Star Wars, with Episode 4, Luke stuck on some out of the way dust bowl that he desperately wants to get away from. And how many stories have been based on the person stuck in the middle of nowhere? They want to leave. They want to go somewhere. My life would be so great if I just got to leave. And then there's that famous curse, may you get what you wish for. Yep. And it happens, and you have to see how they handle it or how they don't handle it. Luke succeeded in some points, and he failed freaking miserably in a lot of points. And that's why I like The Empire Strikes Back, because nothing had been done with that before. You had never seen a film, where maybe Godfather Part 2, where at the end, the good guys lost. They kept losing. The villains freaking won, and the hero, you don't know what the heck's going to happen. And just like, where do we go from here? It's like Game of Thrones with the Red Wedding. I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones.
I did.
And after that, you're just like, I don't know how they're going to come back from this. The hero's dead. The guy that we thought, we thought Rob was going to come back and just save it all and just take it all. And he's freaking dead. Most of his family's dead, and crap. How are we going to come back from this? Yeah. But that's like the setup to come, but that's what you can relate to. Just your life is going great, and then the unthinkable happens.
It's like the end of season 2 of Cobra Kai. When he falls on that staircase, I was like, oh shit, no.
I was screaming. I was just like, and the fact that happened, you knew it was going to happen. And even more heartbroken was the person who did it.
Yeah.
The person who did it. And and I was just like, after that, I'm angry and I'm hurt and I'm upset and I can't wait for season 3.
And season 3 is going to be on Netflix. And the fact that YouTube backed that when nobody else was going to, they shopped it around and nobody else was going to, and YouTube backed it. That spoke a lot to me. I even got YouTube. What was it? YouTube Red or YouTube Prime or whatever the hell they called it in the beginning.
It's premium now.
Yeah, just for Cobra Kai.
Same here. I got it for free for a month and then binged on the 2 seasons of Cobra Kai and the candle it.
then Purple Valkyrie says, people need to overcome the odds to be better and grow. No obstacles to get over is very hard to identify with on a personal level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here this morning. This was a huge treat for me. I know you saw when I was tweeting out, I was like skipping up and down. I'm like, Creole's gonna be on my show this morning. I was excited. I was talking to people. I'm like, she's gonna be on my show. She's gonna be on my show.
I was so happy to be able to be on. Like I would tell people in the mornings after like my morning meeting, because so many people stream at night. I'm like, cool, there's a day stream. So I love getting a chance to watch your stream and get in the chat as soon as my meetings are over. It is a highlight of my day, watching you, interacting with all you guys in the chat. It's like I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. So thanks so much for bringing me on. I really appreciate it, Loki.
Well, thank you for coming on, because as I've said before, you just added a huge role to my content. Thank you. When you say, I know you guest a lot. I know you do. You guest a lot, and I love watching the ladies of the Fandom Menace. Love that. But you don't have your own channel.
Oh, yes, I do.
You do.
Yes, yeah,
I did not know that.
I started a channel about, I want to say, a month ago, because people were like, when are you gonna get a channel? When are you gonna get a channel? John talks, when are you gonna get a channel? When are you gonna get a channel? Like, okay, fine, I'll go and put up a channel. So I started my channel, I want to say about 6 weeks ago. It is up. Just search on YouTube for Lorena Creole. I actually God, my camera's so freaking cranky. I actually dropped a review of Hamilton on my channel. So I've got reviews, I've got archive shows from the Queen's Council. When I host the Queen's Council, I have my live streams up right now. I live stream on my channel every Sunday at 8 p.m. So I have my Welcome to Florida live streams one week, and then the next week I have like Game of Thrones for a particular season. We're going to start season 4 in about 2 weeks. And so it's been busy. So between getting my own channel running and appearing on everybody else's shows, so I do have a channel. So please check it out, and please do subscribe and share the videos. I am, I think, 7 shy of 400 subscribers right now. Well,
you're now 6 shy, because I just signed up. Guys,
thank you.
I didn't know you had your own channel, and you're on Sundays, because I don't do anything Sunday. So I do a game stream at 5, but that I will definitely be over with that by the time you go live, and I cannot wait to start watching your live streams. I did not know. That is Loki not doing his homework. I'm going a million miles an hour. I've got 5 shows throughout the week in the mornings. I've got 2 shows on. I got 1 show on Tuesday and Thursday, and then I've got a game stream on Wednesday and Sunday, and being on other people's channels and guesting. I'm just like going all over the place at a million miles an hour. And I did not know, because I think when you first started coming on, I was like, oh my God, do you have a channel? And you were like, no,
and I didn't. No, and yes, Adega Outlaw, he was number 40. Yeah, it's just like it's like it started. I finally did it. And I know so many people are busy, and that's kind of like how the hustle is. So no worries. Love for you to drop by on Sunday. We're doing Welcome to Florida, and there's a guy. He's part of Comicsgate. He's an illustrator, and he has an Indiegogo for a Florida Man graphic novel. It is freaking hysterical. So he's going to be on my show on Sunday. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a great time. Just to kick back, relax, have fun, and just chill.
Well, you're 5 away from 400 now. We got to get Lorena Creole to 400.
Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome, because 400, and I have another celebration stream. So celebration stream, and if I get the permission, a guy, his name is McKeany90. He's out there in the fandom. He's actually doing some artwork for me. So $400 celebration stream. I am going to get him to reveal the art he's doing. Get the permission to reveal the art that he's doing for me, because it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome.
Nice. That is absolutely awesome. You know what? I'm going to send you something because people love the Bark and Bite, the logo I use. They're like, how did you come up with that? I have a wonderful artist who works really, really hard, and they are coming out with some really cool stuff for the holidays. And I haven't showed anybody yet, but I have a prototype for I don't even, you know what? I'll just say it. It's a black dragon. And it's got wings. It looks very much like my green and gold one up there in the corner, but it is black and red. It has wings. It has horns. It breathes fire. And yes. So you know what? You're at $398. We are going to get Loriana Creo.
Oh my God,
$400.
You guys are amazing. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
You're at $399. You are at $399 right now because I just refreshed my screen, and you are at $399. You're going to be at $300. You're going to be at $400 before your stream this Sunday. So I want to see a celebration stream. If you have a celebration stream, I'm subbed. I'm belled, guys. If you subbed and you didn't hammer that bell, go back there and hammer that bell.
Yes, please hammer the bell, because that's when stuff goes out. And whenever I go live, whenever I put videos out, whenever I host shows on my channel, you get first notification of what's happening. And especially as I'm going to be in Florida next month, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of probably some live streams and some videos actually from Universal Orlando. You will know when I'm there, especially when I'm at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, because I'm looking forward to being back there. So you get to catch all of that.
You know what? I have a personal account. So you just hit 400. So I'm subbed twice. You're at 402. You are at 402. You are at 402. Congratulations.
Oh my God, love you guys. Okay, yeah. Sunday is gonna be the celebration stream. Welcome to Florida celebration stream. 400 subscribers. Oh my God, you guys are freaking amazing. I love this fandom. I really do. I absolutely love this fandom. I really do. You guys are amazing.
Thank you guys so very much. You're at 404. Hell, you're at 404. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Everybody out there in chat who rang that bell, who subscribed.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. You know what? If you guys have any ideas about, hey, can you do a video on that? Because I can't keep track of everything that's going on in pop culture, feel free to drop a bug in my ear.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. And it's been an absolute treat to have you on this morning. Thank you so much for adding my content, for being here, for giving us your views and your ideas on everything, because that's what's important, is sharing the way we feel and not being afraid. Rob Pearson says 405.
I'm sorry. I didn't think anybody would even really want to watch my channel. So I'm just grateful for every absolute sub that I get. I just am. Just thank you.
Well, that's the way I felt too. I was like, okay, I'm going to be doing a rogue morning show, Rebel Radio morning show. And, hopefully some people like it, like hearing something in the morning, because nobody was doing anything in the morning. You get an occasional live stream of someone I'm still awake. It's, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I've been up all night and doing this, but not let's kick off the morning and have a kick-ass. Because I loved that back in the day. Listening to the radio.
The morning show?
Yes, the morning show. I always loved my morning shows on the way to work. I'd get to work. I'd take the truck out and I'd have it playing all morning till 11, listening to the morning show. So celebration stream on the way for Loriana Creo. I will be there this Sunday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. We're going to have a blast. And thank you guys so much. Woo, it's happened a lot earlier than I thought. So
Well, everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend. You will probably not see me until Sunday. I'm going to do a game stream at 5 p.m. on Sunday. If I can make it, the Ambassador is having a G.I. Joe Transformers stream about all the old toys and the shows and all that. Ooh. I may make it to that. I'm going to try. But for me and for Loriana Creel, guys, you guys rock. Thank you so much for getting her over 400. And we will catch you all on the next Mornings of Mischief. See you, everybody.